Hello, I'm Kristen Oaks-White.
And I'm Avery Davidson. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. The summer heat is bad this year, but most folks are getting some relief from rains and somewhat lower temperatures than in 2023.
That means farmers in Louisiana are having a better weather year. You might remember Adam Lemoine in Avoyelles Parish. Last year, his soybeans looked like this, dry and dead on the stalk after more than 3 months of no rain. His yields wound up significantly below average. The only saving grace was that the markets were also hot last year.
This week, TWILA's Neil Melancon tells us that while Lemoine is getting more rain, the markets have also significantly cooled off.
Adam Lemoine likes what he's seeing here. These beans are growing like they should, and he says this field is one of his best. Hurricane Beryl brought some timely rains here after a dry start this season.
I think a lot of the early stuff we planted looks really good. We did have a break in planting, and a lot of our crop was planted in the latter part of May, so it's got a lot of catching up to do.
Lemoine says after that dry start, he got his beans in the ground, and so far it looks good.
It's early in the growing season. I mean, a lot of the soybean crop is well on its way. It looks good, but we've still got a long way to go. And, you know, if we stay on this track, the weather we've got, yes, we could have a good soybean crop.
Lemoine also farms corn and is even more hopeful with his 400 acres there.
I think we're sitting on a good corn crop. We've had a lot of timely rains. We were late getting planted with some of it, but all in all, I think it's going to be a good crop.
Even though the weather has gotten better, the markets have fallen off since last year for both corn and beans. Nearby contracts for soybeans are below $11, well below the break-even point, he says.
We're well below the cost of production. I would think at our average yields, we really need around $12 or so to break even. So it's pretty troublesome.
The most recent USDA supply and demand report for July shows large supplies of corn and beans with little buying, according to grain marketing specialist Grayson Close.
Our only saving grace right now is we are seeing some demand. Mexico's in the market right now, and they're buying pretty hot and heavy. It's keeping corn exports moving forward, and especially inspections, a lot of it's moving out, so you don't just see just the promise to buy something, you see it actually moving, and that's going to help continue to keep these carryouts from ballooning too far, hopefully, as long as they stay in the market. But we really need that Asian business to come back to keep these carryouts from ballooning even further.
Close says short term, he doesn't see the grain markets moving back up.
This year, with bigger acres and a trend line production, we're looking at bigger crops, and as long as it keeps raining across the Midwest like it's doing right now, the trade's in that focus of rain makes grain, and this big crop is going to continue to get bigger.
Lemoine says there is help available. Even though he's a broker himself, he uses Farm Bureau's grain marketing service.
All of my grain goes through Farm Bureau marketing. They're a great tool for me, and they know what's going on. They know who's maybe grading harder one day or grading more lenient, and they keep track of a lot of bases. So yeah, they work really well for our operation.
Adam Lemoine says the bean field behind me here is one of the best crops he's ever grown, and most farmers like him would prefer that, a big crop with lower prices than the other way around, like with the drought last year. However, those low prices seem to be getting lower, and it's shaping up to be a tough year economically for farmers in Louisiana. Reporting from Moraville, I'm Neil Melancon.
A small upside to the markets being lower is that a farm bill is being discussed in Congress right now, and these lower markets are a great example of why we need a strong safety net for American farmers. As for consumers, the lower prices may help food costs in the long run, as lower grain prices will help spur producers to retain more cattle.